I'm for the petitioner. I'm led by Advocate Shobhusai Chatterjee. Is currently engaged in. I'm led by Advocate Shobhusai Chatterjee. Is currently engaged in court number 1. I will assist your lordship until the leading counsel arrives.
Good. Very good.
Your lordship, my case in a nutshell.
দীপ্ত দাশগুপ্ত আছে না, ওর আসতে বলুন তো। দুটো ম্যাটার ছিল, কি ম্যাটার দুটো টাইপ করবো না, ওটাকে একটাতে বিট করে দেবো। ওকে বলেছিলাম সেপারেট হবে, বিট করবো।
Yes. Lordship, my case in a nutshell is that the petitioners.
For addition of party.
The petitioner through this writ petition challenges the recruitment notification dated 25/9/2025 for arbitrarily discriminating against and omitting a class of candidates who had acquired 18 months DLED from NIOS, which validity has already been upheld by the Honorable Supreme Court and as well as the NCT. If your lordship kindly comes to the impugn notification. Lordship, the impugn notification is volume 2, in volume 2, page number 152.
দিলে হবে না, একে লাগবে। এখানে আনলি কেন?
The impugn notification is page number 152 in volume 2. Yes, Your Lordship, it is stated in this impugn notification the qualifications for requirement to be appointed as an assistant teacher in any primary board. Your Lordship, the qualifications stated herein is that the candidate must be a citizen of India and the candidate must have passed higher secondary or its equivalent with at least 50% marks and 2-year diploma in elementary education, higher secondary with 45% mark and 2-year diploma in elementary criteria. Your Lordship, one thing that is common in all is that the requirement of a 2-year diploma in elementary education. We are the candidates who have obtained 18 months DLED course from NIOS. Your Lordship, its validity and has been already upheld by the Honorable Supreme Court. Your Lordship, that judgment is which is given in Jaivir Singh, in the judgment of Jaivir Singh. Your Lordship, provide Your Lordship with a copy. The validity of 18 months DLED was challenged many times before various courts, and the Honorable Supreme Court in Jaivir Singh finally adjudicated the issue.
Yes. Paragraph?
Your Lordship, paragraph 41, page number 36. Paragraph 41, sir. The Jaivir Singh judgment again.
You get a copy.
Lordship, it is in paragraph 41. In view of what has been held by this court herein above, we find that the High Court erred in holding that 18 months diploma conducted by NOS through ODL mode is equivalent to the 2 years regular diploma. Particularly so when there was no material placed body NCT. On the contrary, the communication dated 6 September 2019 of NCT, the directives of MHRD, so also the recognition order dated 22nd September 2017 clearly go on to show that, you have to kindly note this, clearly go on to show that the 18 months diploma was provided as a one-time window to the in-service teacher to acquire the minimum qualifications between 2017 Amendment Act of the RT Act and the outer limit of 1st April 2019. Therefore, it was given as a one-time window to get the 18 months diploma in order to comply with the amendments made in the RTI Act. Your Lordship, clarifying this judgment, the Honorable Supreme Court passed another order in Kaushik Das. This stand was furthermore clarified. Your Lordship, the Kaushik Das judgment is annexed in page number 247 of the writ petition. The relevant portion is there. 247 of the writ petition, volume 2. Paragraph number 40, subpara 5. we clarify that such of the teachers who were in employment as on 10th August 2017 and who completed the 18 months DLED ODL program through NIOS before 1st April 2019 shall be considered as valid diploma holders for the purpose of applying in other institution and for promotional purpose. Your Lordship, therefore, two conditions are set out by the Honorable Supreme Court in this matter, that the teachers who were in employment as on 10th August 2017 and who had completed the 18 months who had completed 18 months DLED program through NIOS before 1st April 2019. Your Lordship, these are the two conditions set by the Honorable Supreme Court, which will.
You qualify this?
Yes, Your Lordship, I qualify this.
Yes. Now about the CAN application.
CAN application, my lord, we have received the copy. This is has been filed and on behalf of a set of candidates who are claiming that
Do you intend to
their rights may be
file
hampered if
any
you are given
opposition to the CAN application or a law?
possibly no effect on the adjudication of this writ petition.
In that event, then the can application be allowed because it will have no implication. I shall only make submissions when my lord hears the application, the repetition in its finality. Then
That can be
allowed.
if they want, because we are today for an interim order. On the basis of the Honorable Supreme Court judgments, we want a clarification from the board. Let us be permitted to participate in the ongoing process in view of the Supreme Court judgment, where Supreme Court had allowed this one-time window for the in-service teachers. My case is that all the petitioners, they are falling within this square, that they are one-time window to the in-service teachers. They were in service. But you kindly take this. On contrary to the communication that is 6 September, the directives of MHRD, so also the recognition order dated 22nd September 2017.
In which paragraph you
Clearly,
have stated?
my lord, paragraph 41 of JVC.
Well, that I have seen.
Yes.
In which paragraph you have stated that you are in service on
My
such
lord,
and
in
such
my
date?
petition, my lord?
Yes.
Yes, my lord, it should be in P1, annexure P1, it is in, Lord, you kindly come to paragraph 4. Petitioners are aspiring candidates seeking to participate.
No. That two conditions, that on 10th of August 2017 you are in service,
Yes.
and within such and such period, 1st April 2019, you have completed the 18 months DLE.
Well, so far the 17 is concerned, it is there. Paragraph 4. Your petitioner states that petitioners are aspiring candidates seeking to participate recruitment process in such and such. That is submitted that the petitioners have completed their DLED course of 18 months from NIOS in the session 2017 to 19. It is further to be noted that the petitioners before opting for the DLED course were in course of the employment in various schools, all of which falls under the purview of the definition schools.
What I am on is, the clarificatory order says that
Two conditions.
yes.
Both.
Now you cannot say where is that? Where is
Yes,
the documents or where is the averments?
Yes, averments is there that petitioners have completed their DLED course of 19 months from NIOS in the session 2017 to 19. In paragraph 4, last line, the petitioners were in service in such schools as on 10/8/2017 and have continued to do so since then.
Okay.
So both the lines are there in my averment. And so far the addition of party is concerned, I agree with Mr. Chaturvedi that if they do not want to come on the way of granting any interim order, I'm fine. If they want to place those things, then I'll have to oppose it. But if otherwise, I do not have any objection if they are permitted ultimately to continue and contest it for the finality.
Okay.
Before I am misunderstood, but I say that the learned friend is submitting that our addition will have no implication insofar as adjudication of the repetition is concerned. So I say that means that my application goes uncontested, will be added. After that, when he is making submission, if any of his submissions or prayers, Lord, it comment to us that it requires to be opposed, whether at interim stage or at final stage, as a party respondent, we will have always the liberty reserved, subject to my lord's kind sanction, to oppose such prayer.
Okay. In that event, you have made your submissions. That is,
Yes, that is my submission, my lord. Now it's up
what
to
is
them.
the other aspects or merits of this?
That can be decided in final.
Why we finally dispose of the writ petition? If that is the
This is the aspect.
your
It's the only
grievance
aspect
is
for which
that
we are before you.
since in service, as per the Honorable Supreme Court's order,
Yes.
you have satisfied
We
both twin
satisfy both the
conditions.
conditions.
You be allowed to participate in. This is a writ petition.
Writ.
Yes. We allow the CAN application. Asun. আচ্ছা এটা পিসমিল না করে শুনে নি তারপর অর্ডার করে দেবো ইয়েস মিস্টার চতুর্বেদী ও মিস্টার সান্নাল will submit
Point for the board. My lord, my lord, we have taken your lordships to the in the other matters. These sort of matters, my lord, had generated from the change of law. Change of law in the sense, my lord, when the NCT became the academic authority under the Act, NCT Act, read with Right to Education Act. And this started from, my lord, 2010. Your losses, kindly remember, we have in other matters placed before losses 2010 notification,
23rd August
23rd, that the laying down the minimum qualification, which was little amended in 2011.
yes
Now, your lordships, kindly also recollect, your lordships, that TED guideline. Now, my lord, we will take to the Right to Education Act, your lordships. I will take the documents also in the writ petition. My lord, even if a candidate or a person is appointed as assistant teacher in any primary school, after coming into force of the TET guideline and the recruitment notification, whatever your losses, TET guideline, one has to be trained and other was your losses, TET qualified. Initially, training was relaxed, but that relaxation was only a losses in respect of aided schools or government schools. So for primary, malad, private recognized schools, malad, there was no such relaxation. Now, your lordships, I will not stick so much to that relaxation was not even to the private school. Your lordship presume that for the time being, though I am not leaving that argument, that relaxation was also applicable to the recognized private school. Other way we say self-finance schools. All the petitioners are claiming to be the assistant teacher in private schools. I do not find any averment in the writ petition that those schools were recognized schools. Supreme Court order will come up subsequently. Supreme Court laid down the law that if you completed 18 months course while you are in service in private schools, you are entitled to be at par with the 2 years DLED course as a one-time benefit. Because that was one-time benefit. I will take your losses to that. Now, before that, your losses, kindly take up the definition of the school. Malad, your losses have the spiral binding, your losses. Yes. Everything will appear from the writ petition except pleadings. Now, Malad, page 35, the act, Malad, the starts. Now, Malad, I take your lordships to the definition 2 small n. I just read out to your lordships the definition clause. School means any recognized school. Your lordships got it, page
yes
35 start, page 36. School means any recognized school imparting elementary education. Malad, here recognized school. I will take to your losses to that.
includes number one, a school established, owned, or controlled by the appropriate government or local authority. Two, an aided school receiving aid or grants to meet whole or part of its expenses from the appropriate government or the local authority. So, 1 and 2 are almost overlapping. It's aided, virtually owned. A school owned by the government means fully aided under the grant in aid. Number 3, a school belonging to a specified category. And 4, an unaided school. That means private school, not receiving any kind of aid or grants to meet its expenses from the appropriate government or the local authority. So, the subclause 4 has to be read with the starting line of the definition, any recognized school. So, this unaided school must be recognized, your lordships. These are inclusive definitions. Means any recognized school. Suppose like a mushroom, a school is there in one ground floor in one of the building, a private ownership runs without any recognition. And if someone gets on the basis of that appointment letter and 18 months ODL course, Lord, I'm putting a question to myself, would he be proper? Or this is an act of fraud on the part of the authorities, on the authorities rather, over the authorities. I will show to your lordships the documents, all this. Now, your lordships, taking advantage of one thing and another, your lordships. I take your lordships to the, just your lordships, the other sections. Okay, dekhe rakhlam. Section 18 at page 40. No school to be established without obtaining certificate of recognition. Kindly have a look at this. Subsection 1. No school other than a school established, owned, or controlled by the appropriate government or the local authority shall, after the commencement of this act, be established or function without obtaining a certificate of recognition from such authority and by making an application in such form and manner as may be prescribed. So there must be a recognized school, maybe unaided. There are several schools, your lordships, to completely out. Now we give an example to your lordships. South Point School, all throughout unaided, but recognized by the CBSE, by the board, West Bengal board. For a very small spell of period, it received grant. As soon as it received grant, government imposed upon its teachers. Then they say, "Map, I will not receive your grant. Because whatever you impose upon me, I am not ready to accept." They leave it. I am giving an example. What sort of schools are there? This is recognition. There must be a certificate of recognition by the state government. Now, your lordships, I go one by one. Take up, my lord, page 103. This is one of the appointment letter of the petitioners. My lord, I'm not aware on what basis they got the admission in their 18 months course. Might be this, might be different, because I was not the authority. Page 103. Kindly see your lordship. Shanirvar Shikha Niketan. Your lordships will find organized by Canning Shanirvar, registered number S573 such and such, dated such and such, Government of West Bengal. This registration, if I am not absolutely wrong, relates to registration under the Societies Registration Act. A stands for society. If I am not wrong, my learned friend will clarify it. Then FCRA registered number, Minister of Home Affairs, all that. But what is the recognition under the Act? And kindly have a look at your lordships. All these recognitions prior to your lordships, coming into force of the Right to Education Act. All these registrations. One is 88, another is 91. This, your lordships, act came into force in, if I'm not wrong, your lordships, and just your page 35, I give your lordships the date. In 2026 August 2009. Your lordships will get that from page 35 of the spiral binding. A T Act, my lord, ultimately effect was given, my lord, in 2010, 16th February. At the bottom, your lordships will get it. By notification dated such and such. At the bottom, number 1, your lordships will get it. So all these registration, not even recognition, under the different acts, your lordships, prior to this act, they cannot, there was no such recognition process like that. After this act, no person is entitled to run a private school without the recognition. The logic is that government must have a control on the system of education. What you are teaching to the school, what is your standard? Because you are collecting money from the parents. You are not paying from out of your pocket. So government must have a control to every recognized school. That's why recognition clause. In respect of unaided even. Aided must be. So my lord, what I'm trying to impress upon your lordships, I will show other things also. That how this was done, the appointment.
Yes.
Now, this is an appointment letter. Your lordships kindly have a look at the date, page 1036, 26.
Sir, Lord, come back in. Let Mr. Saran.
আমি একটু সময় নেব তুই যা 26 December 2014, page 103. I give an example because all of them like this. Now your lordships kindly have a look at the contents of this. I am pleased to inform you that you have been appointed for the role of assistant teacher in our institution. This is an official letter confirming your employment with Shonirbhar Shiksha Niketan starting on 3rd January 2015. Well, kindly mark date. 15. The appointment, then another appointment, I don't know. The appointment of Kisholoy Noskar is on temporary basis. And then you're subject to the terms, all that. Now, my lord, I take your losses to date, appointment letter date, and my lord, starting from date. I will take your losses to the Supreme Court judgment when the Supreme Court has narrated the history of this 18 months old way. My lord, this started from this date. What I'm on, that these sort of appointments have all been made after this process started, so that they can, on the basis of in-service teacher, get the 18 months DLED. Because otherwise competition is there. You have to go to the market to compete with thousands of students and then get you selected. But if you can show I am in service, you will permit it to 18 months. So this is a fraud on that.
Okay.
Then now all are unrecognized. Now your lordships kindly will look at this page 104. Shankashwar Burman, that at appointment letter Shankashwar Burman. Just your lordships kindly let me read it. 28th August 2005, this certificate is issued. This is to certify that such and such has been working, my lord. Present continuous tense, my lord. In the form ato to ato. But how could it be? Therefore, after 19th, he didn't work. He is sincere and continually satisfied with his service. Kindly see only from 15 to 19. If I take your losses Supreme Court judgment, everything happened during this period. So this appointment letter was issued to show that he is an in-service candidate and so that he can pursue 18 years. So, my lord, they have to satisfy. Now I am satisfying your lordships. They kindly see their conduct. Now, how they did this decree. Now, your losses, page 107. Well, kindly see, this is Lal Bahadur Shastri Samarak Bengali Hindi High School. Malad, where is the registration? Malad, I'm putting a question to myself. Recognition. every school, if this is said, this is recognized REGD number such and such. But kindly request them to produce that recognition letter of these schools. Then your losses, kindly see, he is a contractual teacher of 2011 of classes 5 to 8 Hindi medium and political science. We are concerned with primary teacher 1 to 5. Political science is not at all a subject, my lord. Someone goes on this basis and they 18 months, which is one time for those who are really in service. Then your losses will get it. 108, the appointment letter. I am not taking your losses to that. 111. Only one appointment letter, my lord, I have got the salary. None of the appointment letters, your lordships will find salary. No salary sheet annexed. No requisition slip annexed that they used to get salary. It's it's like a certificate issued character because they are not paid. Let them produce their bank account showing that they have received the salary for the entire period. Only this appointment letter, I am showing this because I got it only in one appointment letter, at least mentioned the salary 4,000, but unrecognized. Again.
Yes.
Now, just take your lordships the pagination number, page number 112, 119, 123, 124, like this, 127, 128. These are all like these appointment letters. I have gone through, I am not taking your losses, wasting your losses time also. But two more I will show to your losses again. 115 and 116. I don't know, whether their certificate should be called back or not. This is 115, higher secondary school, 12th class. By the direction of the managing committee, inform you that you have been appointed as computer teacher of the school. In the primary section, there is no computer business.
Yes.
Does it? I don't know whether their submission will be to this extent. Wherever I work as a teacher, I can get it. DLED. DLED only for your losses, those qualified teachers. They have all appointed, if I'm not wrong, after 2010, Right to Education Act, 2010 NCT notification. Even the private school cannot appointment without securing 50% marks of the candidates. What are those appointments? Clear to your lordships? There is no distinction in respect of qualification of the teachers. If you want to get your job in the aided school, you have to compete. But if you want to get a private school, you are merely go and do that. But you have to satisfy those conditions. These were not before the Supreme Court. Because Supreme Court was on the point of law. Whether 18 months course, who did it as an in-service teacher, whether they can be considered in the subsequent process or not. Supreme Court says, initially said no, it's not equivalent, I will take your lordships, subsequently modified. So my submissions, your lordships, on these sort of appointment letters, they secured the completion of that course, which they otherwise not entitled. Now kindly see 116. This is of 2005 certificate. That Niranjan Rai, 115, his appointment letter and experience certificate, kindly see. This is to certify Niranjan Rai, such and such of Alipurduar, has been working in the post of normal section as a contractual computer teacher of such and such high school. Till date, he is performing the task seriously, sincerely, and satisfactorily. There is no averment in the petition, nor does it appear from any of the documents whether they are higher secondary pass or not. Even a non-matric can very well do computer functioning. What sort of qualification? Did you get the 50% marks in higher secondary examination. No qualification mentioned. So it's like if someone gets a computer trained person without any qualification and they get 1,000, 2,000 rupees or 3,000, obviously private bodies to the private institution lucrative because they are getting the job. But that's not the standard of education, Mala. And entire thing your losses will find, and there is no contractual teacher. And then Malad 119. Siliguri Public Co-ed School, no recognition. None of the school, your lordships, their letterhead says they are recognized. Kindly see the appointment date, 26 June 2017. Your losses, the 2 years gap, your losses, kindly remember from August 2017 to July 2019, if I'm not wrong. When the appointment secured?
Yes.
From an unrecognized school, completed as in-service teacher. Now I take your lordships to this notification. আমার কাছে নেই, এটা তো আমাদের গাইডলাইনও আছে এখানে। Kindly have a look at this Ministry of Human Resources guidelines. I have certain submissions.